Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under with my top 5 free Battle Royale games. Battle Royale is a genre that has taken the world by storm, with games like H1Z1 King of the Kill and more recently PLAYERUNKNOWN's BATTLEGROUNDS becoming extremely popular. However, both of those games are paid, so here's 5 free alternatives if you have no money to go and spend. Unturned is a free-to-play classic on Steam, however you probably didn't know there's a Battle Royale mode. It's called Arena, and like its paid brothers, you spawn in and you have to obliterate the opposition. A lot of people write off Unturned as just a kid's game, but there is a ton of detail under the surface. One of the big points is the inventory system, and by extension the on-the-fly modification of weapons. You take your M4, the P90, or any other weapon in the game, and you can go and attach a red dot sight, a rangefinder, and so on. If you want the feel of Minecraft, this game is the game to go to. 5 Minutes to Kill is a game that I absolutely adore. It's quick to hop into and gives a tiny burst of Battle Royale fun. Played from the top-down perspective, it gives off some major Hotline Miami vibes. Once you spawn in, it's a rush to find a pistol to pick up, which can be found inside buildings. Quickly scramble to find some ammo as well, and you're ready to go. The map is definitely small, but it's difficult to find enemies initially due to the top-down view. But the game goes and helps you out with a toxic circle that pushes you closer and closer to the center, with the whole game lasting a maximum of 5 minutes. The combat in this game is simple, but it is really a lot of fun. You juke enemies back and forth and take pot shots, and in the end of it, the final blow is the one that will go and win. And when you get down to the last final people, the hype goes and increases more as you actually don't even know where they are due to the top-down view. 5 Minutes to Kill is definitely one of those games where you have 5 minutes to go and kill and you want to go and play some video games. But with that said, if you're on the school computers, you can't go and download games as well. Or if you're taking a little bit of a study break and you're not on YouTube watching my channel, then this game can be a great alternative as well. Ugh, Roblox, I hear some of you shout. Well, hold up for just a minute, because this game is actually quite fun. While not the 100-play fiesta of PLAYERUNKNOWN's Battlegrounds, Prison Royale puts you and 34 other people into a battle to the death. As the name suggests, all the players are prisoners, and you're escaping from a plane that has crashed landing. Played from either the third-person or first-person perspectives, Prison Royale doesn't do anything particularly special, but it does it quite well. The look and feel of Roblox is definitely a personal taste thing, but I like the less blocky nature than what Unturned has. The way the characters and the weapons look are still cartoony, but the models are well defined. With all of that said, Roblox has a really big community, so you always know there's going to be someone online, someone to go and play a game, and this is definitely a game if you want that PUBG experience, you can go and hop on and go and play this one. Alright guys, time to go move on to the big boys, the first one being Last Man Standing. The first thing about this game is extremely apparent. Of all the games on this list, Last Man Standing has by far the biggest map. That means that actually getting places will take quite a bit of a walk, however that means that large open spaces are common and so sniping down targets can be a ton of fun. The game doesn't have any vehicles though, so you'd think it would be a bit of a snooze fest of just trying to go and find people, but the game goes and does something to go and speed it up, and those are through supply drops. These supply drops go and contain really powerful weaponry, like in PLAYERUNKNOWN's Battlegrounds, and they are really crucial to going and winning a match. Now these are really visible from basically anywhere on the map, and you can go into the map and actually see them dropping down as well. So with that said, that means they're going to be an absolutely massive beacon for everybody to go and flock to, and you can have these mini wars basically of everybody trying to go and kill each other. It is really chaotic. In terms of the gameplay, Last Man Standing has simplistic movement and weapon mechanics, but the relatively high recoil does need a little bit of time to go and master. The spice in the formula, however, is the implementation of shields. You're trying to go and 1v1 somebody, and then boom, somebody right behind you tries to go and shoot you in the back. If you don't have a tree, if you don't have a rock, what are you going to go and do? Well, in Last Man Standing, you can quickly go and drop a shield in front of you, and that will go and block the barrage of bullets. This can make fights last way longer than they would in other games, and means that other enemies can go and turn a one-on-one into something a lot more intense. Going adding the factor of the supply drops that I was talking about further, and then those massive brawls can become even bigger as everybody's just fighting everybody. Now, one thing that I haven't mentioned is the fact that you randomly spawn into the map instead of actually going and choosing where you want to go, as we go and see in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Now, this type of spawning mechanic is more along the lines of H1Z1, and some people may heavily dislike this, so I wanted to go and point it out. Last Man Standing has a chronic case of, I have way too many meds and I can just get all of my health back in an instant. For example, if you have all these med packs, if you have all these painkillers, you can just go and use them super quickly, and that means you can go and poke out, take a shot, go back in the cover, regen really quickly with the meds, and then go back out for another one, and that extends the fights out even more. But overall, the super arcadey feel works as inventory management is basically non-existent. If you want a shoot 'em up, Last Man Standing is the game for you. It feels more, let's say, H1Z1 than PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, but it does have elements of both that I think a lot of you guys would really enjoy. The latest game on the block is definitely the most well polished when it comes to the free-to-play titles. Fortnite's Battle Royale is a very simple game. You take the original Fortnite base building antics, you slap on Battle Royale, and boom, you have a very fun time. Now, this game has been getting a ton of coverage, good and bad. A lot of people saying that this game is a blatant PUBG ripoff. The developers of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Bluehole went and said publicly that this game is going and taking quite a lot from what they originated. But with that said, did PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds originate the whole Battle Royale formula? Not necessarily, there was other games before it. And so with that said, everybody's just trying to go and one-up each other. That produces a lot of competition, and overall, that produces better games. So you have that side of the argument where a lot of people are arguing, but then you have the other people, like me, who just want to go and play really fun games and don't really care about all the drama. Go and post your opinion in the comments section below. Now, with that said, a lot of people would be asking, what is Fortnite? Well, Fortnite, the original Fortnite, is a base building game where you have to go and collect and you have to go and build structures. And with that said, that part of the game, the PvE, the player versus environment type of mode, that is still pay to play. You still have to go and pay money in order to go and access that part of the game. However, the PvP, the Battle Royale version, that is free. Now, Fortnite Battle Royale, like all of the games in this genre, is fairly easy to understand. Everybody gets on the battle bus and you jump off somewhere along the ride. You land on the ground, find guns, kill enemies, and have fun. The circle, otherwise known as the storm, progressively gets smaller and pushes people together. The last person that survives goes and wins. In Fortnite, you can build walls, floors, roofs, stairs, and traps. In Fortnite, basically every building is destructible, and that's what a lot of people really go and abuse, or what a lot of people go and exploit in order to go and win games. So that means you can go and change up the battlefield how you go and see fit. You don't want that wall there, you can go and get rid of it. You don't want that enemy's base, you can go and destroy it. And this is 100% necessary in order to go and win. In Last Man Standing, you had to go and drop a ton of shields if you're getting shot from a different angle, or if you just want to go and block a lot of bullets. Here you have to go and build a bit of a mini fort if you want to go and win the match. Most people start off with just building a wall to go and block the enemy fire, but more experienced players will build a mini fort, allowing them to cheekily peek over and drop a couple shots onto the enemies. With the assortment of weapons available, these structures can be very easily destroyed, be it with grenade launchers, RPGs, or just straight up assault rifle fire. Now, this game is insanely popular right now, and for good reason. It's super easy to go and pick up, but it also takes quite a lot to go and master. On top of this, Fortnite Battle Royale is really easy to go and run on basically any computer. It's absolutely perfect for the free-to-play demographic. Have a look at those graphics. While not as technically impressive as a game like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds or even H1Z1 King of the Kill, this game has a really cartoony look that I think a lot of people really enjoy. And on top of that, as I said before, it doesn't matter what computer you have, you'll be able to go and download this game, you can drop everything to load, and you'll be able to go and run it a-okay. Alright boys, it was a question that so many people have gone and asking me. What are good games like PUBG that I don't have to go and pay for? Well, here you go. I compiled 5 games. Download links in the description below. Make sure to go and check them out. Fortnite Battle Royale, Last Man Standing, and then you have that really fun game 5 Minutes to Die. All of those and everything on this list are really fun games that I definitely suggest you guys to go and check out. If you guys enjoyed this list, make sure to go and give it a like rating. Make sure to go and post a comment in the comment section below as well if you downloaded any of these games. But for now, it's Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, out.